This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Trailing to Reaction. A few hours ago, a trailer dropped for the official trailer, not a teaser, for Mike Flanagan's The Haunting of Bly Manor. And if you saw the teaser trailer, you're well acquainted with the fact that I'm a huge Flanagan fan. I like his work, and most importantly, I should add that I like the empathy he brings to his storytelling, in the sense that if you've seen The Haunting of Hill House, if you've seen Dr. Sleep, if you've seen Hush, anything the man has worked on, Oculus, he tells stories revolving around horror, but at the same time, he tells them about people. For the most part, very well fleshed out, interesting people. And that's important because what it serves to do is elevate his work beyond horror. It becomes something more. It becomes richer. It becomes more interesting because it's about people in circumstances that are supernatural or that are horror adjacent, as opposed to just horror in and of itself. Now keep in mind, I like horror in general, and while Hush would probably be his closest movie to like a slasher movie, even that was about people. As I said, I like horror, but at the same time, Friday the 13th, which is a really good movie by the way, the original, the more they make, the worse they get. But the original is actually really good. It still pales in comparison because it's less about people than a showcase for practical violence. And again, I have nothing against that. But in terms of horror as a meal, if you will, it's kind of lacking nutrients. You want your horror to span all sorts of things. So, well, I should say, I think you want your horror to span all sorts of things. I do myself, can't speak for anyone else. Which is to say, I want the slasher horror. I want the psychological horror. I want the Lovecraftian horror. But I also want the sympathetic horror. I want it all. That sounds selfish, but I want it all. That way, horror becomes something that auteurs can approach. Horror becomes something that encompasses more people's lived experiences, which will in turn help horror reach an even larger audience. In any case, let's take a look at the trailer for the first official trailer for The Haunting of Bly Manor.
There you are. Now let's come up with a story.
I know what loss is. Your parents loved you so much. In a way, they'll always be here.
Motley Crue's Home Sweet Home. That's pretty clever.
It's going to sound strange, but I'm having somebody else's dream.
What dreams?
We're dead.
I've seen things. There's like people here. They're born here. They die here.
Well, that was the trailer for The Haunting of Bly Manor, and I liked it. I really couldn't tell a lot about it from that trailer because it's a lot of images from different scenes combined together. But what you can pick out is that there is an ambiance, an atmosphere of terror and creepiness, typical for Mike Flanagan, and it works really well. So, I am interested, of course, and I definitely think I'm going to see this. And I think it looks interesting enough that I'm going to read Henry James' The Turn of the Screw, which is the basis of The Haunting of Bly Manor. In any case, do you agree? Disagree? Let me know down below. This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Trailer Into Reaction. And since you're there, consider either a like or a follow. Peace.